Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Friday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, here's the daily chart. I refuse to change the writing on this chart. I'm not going to do it until one side or the other accomplishes anything that's in that little blurb. We are in band compression mode. The bulls can't sustain a trade over 2270. The bears can't sustain a trade below 2260. 65 half, 75 half is still the key. Yesterday, the bears gave it a shot. They took it down into the 53 area. They rejected it around S2. They ended up closing back inside of the range. They proceeded to give it all the way back up to, wait for it, 2267 half. So this is a very nice little buying opportunity. We took advantage of that in the room. We still have runners on. And if they decide to walk this thing up today, if today's the day we finally decide to walk it up, and the bulls haven't accomplished anything for me until they can get over 72, 73 and stay there. But if they want to, if they want to walk it up, then we're pretty content in the room just to hold our runners and walk it up and enjoy what's, the end of what's been a pretty good week for a short week. If the range wants to continue to be the range, then it's going to struggle in here. And at that point in time, you have to start thinking about shorts against the top of the range to bring it back in. Back in towards where? Well, you always have to be looking at 58. I think looking at a test of the daily pivot today is very reasonable. So the range is the range until it's not. The toughest part about range trades are, the first 15, 20, 30 minutes after you get them, because they typically feel terrible. The most discouraging part about yesterday, if you are a bear, was the fact that you came down and you made this low here. Okay, you came down and you made this low at 59 half. You then defended the daily pivot really well for a couple of hours there at 64, 65. And then you did what you had to do. You made the lower low. You did the next step that has eluded the bears for so long. What happens though? You couldn't hold it into the close. So you end up giving the daily midband back up, and that has typically led to when the daily midband gets lost, it immediately opens up the weekly pivot. It doesn't trade there in an instant, but it trades back up there over time, and then 67 half, which is where we find ourselves right now. So the bear, just like I said, I'm not impressed with the bulls, anything that the bulls do until they convert 73 and stay there. The bears have got to hold the daily mid-band for a day or two before anybody is really going to get behind anything that's happening on a longer term time frame. Until then, you guys are going to come in every morning and you're going to stare at the same chart with the same writing and the same blurb, because it's the same deal. The only thing that's going to change, unless we get a breakout or a breakdown today, is going to be wherever the new weekly pivot happens to be. So it's Friday. If you've had a good week, keep your week. Okay? If you're having a good month, protect your month. Okay? You're not gonna make it all happen on a Friday. That's very atypical. So control your size, control your risk. Everybody have a fantastic weekend. That's all I've got. Have a good one. Follow us on Twitter at Princeton Trader. Come check out our website, Princetontrader.com, and come take a free trial in our chat room. I'll be back tomorrow morning with another webcast. Trade them well, everybody.